Nobody move.
Woo!
In at number 53, after ironic microphone failures, it's a silent fucking film.
Yeah, we could do the whole podcast and pantomime and weird proto peanuts talk and
I,
that could work.
I left my kazoo at home
That's too bad. How many kazoos do you have?
too.
Two. Okay.
I have my kazoo here.
One is
Wink.
plastic and one is brass.
Mm. Ooh,
Mine's
brass
not
kazoo.
plastic or brass. Wink.
Ooh. It's City Lights. That's a movie we're looking at
Harmonica.
today. It's got a kazoo. It doesn't have much speaking of any kind. It's films of filth. It's the cicada of podcasting. Here is Matt. Here. There is.
Mark.
There
Here
is.
is Luke.
There is Luke.
Special guest Alex, you're last.
Oh shit.
That's
Sorry.
what makes you special.
Well, yeah, I'm just the little tramp, aren't I?
You want to be a tramp or a scamp? What's better? Tramping or scamping?
After seeing City Lights, I'd have to say tramp.
Okay.
I
Scamping's
don't
fun
know.
too.
But I always thought he was a hobo, but then I learned it was like an actual character he had created called the Little Tramp.
Right. Which I guess in this it's well one thing I while we were having a few difficulties technical ones I was looking at the wiki where it was talking about things like how just everything is like vaguely set in this movie. Like what city does this movie take place in, for example, you know?
Hmm.
Metropolis.
Yeah, it's like
Gotham City.
here's a bit that looks like Paris, here's a bit that looks like, New York, here's a bit that looks like London. It's just kind of a weird mishmash of everywhere. So that's kind of fun.
Okay. I found an article that says vagabond versus vagrant versus truant versus tramp versus bum versus hobo. What's the difference?
Hobos are the funniest.
Tramp also means someone who floats around with no real home.
Okay. So he's homeless.
That's there.
But he wants to be homeless. He's like the Incredible Hulk.
He means
Not
drifter.
Bruce. David Banner. He's like David Banner.
Sure.
There's a Otis Redding song that really explains if you're a tramp, at least from the Georgia woods, and ain't got no Stetson hat, then you're a tramp.
Mm.
And you can't. It's basically like a primordial version of No Scrubs by TLC.
I think the only way to really know that someone's a tramp is if you see them sucking spaghetti out of a dog's mouth.
That.
Or
Yeah,
shoes.
yeah.
You're eating your shoes.
Yep.
I does anyone have history with this film? I did, in my primordial film dork face, I did see this because I had to see all the Chaplins, right? I warmed up to modern times more, which actually we'll be covering in a few weeks. But this one, I feel like I don't like the set pieces as much. I guess you guys haven't seen Modern Times, so it's weird to compare. But
I have.
yeah, okay. There is kind of I don't know. You guys seen this before? I guess is my question. I've seen this once. I've seen
Yeah.
Modern Times like 5 times. Is kind of my point.
I did a thing when I was like a teenage nerd where I wanted to watch all the AFI's Top 100, if you remember that. The American Film Institute. It was very prestigious. And Blockbuster had a promotion on like you rent two get one free or something like that for anything that was on the AFI's Top 100. So I did that and I fell asleep halfway through City Lights when I did that. So
How about this time? Did you make it through?
yeah, like twice.
I'm I'm sure I've seen this. I don't remember when, and I don't know how much attention I paid to it. And okay, I'll be honest, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it this time, except when stuff started like happening, because I have severe ADHD and it's like
Maybe
hard
that's where I
to
like
focus.
Modern Times better. I feel like more things happens in that movie.
Mhm.
Also, it's a
I've probably seen. I can't tell you 100% certainty that I haven't seen Modern Times or have. It just all sort of stuff. Certain stuff sort of washes over me. Like there's, some Godzilla movies that I probably have seen that I don't remember the names of or the occasions.
Hmm.
But it's like just watch them.
well, I was just
You
talking
know.
with both you guys how I can't remember what happens in which American monster movie of the past 5 years or so. 10 years, God, time is flipping through the future.
Pacific Rim. Uh, it was like two people had to be in the Ava at the same time.
Yeah, it was like instead of you're a 14-year-old and you're in there with your dead mom, it's like you're a 18-year-old and you're in there with a 19-year-old.
Yeah, weird.
Is that better?
Wait, is that weird?
I
I
don't
feel like that's
know.
less weird,
I'll
honestly.
say Godzilla Zero was the, or no, Godzilla
Minus one,
one.
please.
Yeah, okay,
Godzilla Zero hasn't happened yet.
my bad. Godzilla minus one was fucking awesome.
Agreed.
Well, I remember everything that happens in that movie. Well, not everything, but I could generally remember, the events of that movie is what I'm saying. Whereas the last few I couldn't. City Lights, when I was looking at the plot summary again this morning, I was like, okay, everything tracks here. Because sometimes we watch a movie and I look at the plot summary the next day and I'm like, what? This one tracked. Everything, all the events are clear, and followable and reasonably memorable enough.
There was no subplot whatsoever,
No.
which I think helped a lot.
I had to look up. I was like in the I almost called him the little dictator in the Great Dictator. In the Great Dictator, I was like, did he have a girlfriend who was sold flowers and was blind in that too? It's like no, not at
Okay,
all. So I
no.
think that those two even got mixed up inside my brain.
Oh yeah, because he had the nicer character in that one. Sorry, is it? Yeah, we did. We have. This isn't the
No,
first Chaplin, is it? We've done, but he was
it's
talking that time,
he
screaming.
loves the working class, and good on him for that.
He also loves the tramps.
And he loves to cure blindness, which wow, wish that was
How
real.
do they even
He's like
fucking do
Mr.
that back then?
Beast.
Like
They don't.
it took less than $1,000 during the Depression. Somebody could somehow cure blindness with that.
I
Lost
just
technologies, man. We're dumber now than we used to be.
if
Return to the earth.
I just want to see Charlie Chaplin as like Mr. Beast, but he just acts things out instead of talking. That'd be amazing. Like he carries 100 meals to some starving people, but he's just carrying a big stack of them.
Well, he interrupted.
I don't really know what Mr. Beast means or is. I mean, I know the general thing, but I've never like put my finger on what
Um,
that is.
Try to envision someone who smiles only from the bottom of his nose down.
No.
His eyes do not smile. His eyes look like they
I've
basically
seen a
have
picture of
seen.
him. I'm just not sure what
Yeah.
his actual shtick is.
I mean, I've never watched a single second of Mr. Beast's content.
Nor
Me
a
neither.
mystery.
But I'm fascinated by people who have like those creepy smiles, and he has one of the creepiest.
Hmm.
Is the deadest eyes. His eyes look like he's like what you would expect a Highlander to really be like if they'd been alive for like 500 years, but then he's trying really hard to smile with the bottom half of his face. And he thinks he's pulling it off, and that makes it even funnier.
Okay, you're just describing what he looks like, though. You're not like telling me what he does.
Well, that's all I know. I
Okay,
don't.
that's fine.
He has YouTube videos that are like, I bought dinner for 500 people in this village.
Okay, see,
Something.
that's just
He
confusing
helps
shit to
people
say.
some, but then he sells candy bars that cost like $3.
Yeah, or he'll be like, "Oh, I made a human centipede, but each person got cured of their, I don't know, pancreatitis."
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, sign me up, dude.
Would you really be on a human centipede for the cure of pancreatitis?
If my pancreatitis was flaring up and it really kind of isn't, then maybe.
Yeah,
Mm.
that shit is painful, but I would not like to be sewn to another person's.
Okay,
body.
but what if it cured your pancreatitis?
Oh, now
Still
I'm
sounds
concerned.
bad. It's
I'm
kinda
just
like,
throwing you the exact scenario you presented back at you for no reason.
it's like
I
you
know,
get a
but it's
whole.
something Mr. Beast would do.
Mr. He's called Mr. Beast because he makes beasts by sewing people together and then gives them what they want if they subject themselves to
Yeah,
that.
he makes
That's
genetics.
Mr. Beast, the Batman villain.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, he's
the-
the guy from Full Metal Alchemist. That's Mr. Beast.
Okay, there. Glad I asked. Now we've worked it out.
Oh, homunculus.
Oh my god. Anyway,
Yeah.
someone's mad at me for saying that. They're like, that made me sad. Anyway,
Luke, train movie for you?
Yep.
I did
Yeah.
train movie this time around. It's train movie for me. Very exciting. I usually don't train movie.
This isn't quite my first Chaplin. I've seen a couple. Obviously, I've seen one for this.
Hmm.
Watched some in drama school back in the day. At the start of the film, I felt like, oh, this is going to really speak about class in the Depression era. And then it kind of ends up just being kind of schmaltzy. It also didn't make me laugh much.
Yeah, this one it's a little dry. I mean, Buster Keaton's better at the jokes, I think, as we when we
Hmm.
encountered that. Like that stuff's like legit funny when it's
Yeah,
funny.
he's like
Chaplin
a
is more
Looney
like
Tune made flesh.
I think when we get again, Modern Times has a few things I think are more like legit funny. So I don't
Hmm.
know. Dare I say this early, but I kind of always feel like City Lights is a touch overrated, maybe.
That's
I
definitely where I'm coming down.
I don't think I would put this over Great Dictator, but also Great
No.
Dictator has talking in it, which I'm sorry, I think it works better with talking. I
Yeah.
mean, okay, for sure, it was cool that he was able to make this because all the forces that be were like, no, you're going to make a talkie because everyone makes talkies now, and he's like, no, and Modern Times is the same way. Like we're in the talkie era, but he's just like, no, I'm going to keep making silent movies until 1940, which
It's
is
crazy that this came out 2 years before King Kong
yeah.
because
Mhm.
this feels so old, and King Kong basically feels like a modern film.
They started
It has a
shooting in
three-act structure,
1928. If that, Mhm.
conversations, an effect creature.
Yeah, they shot this. It took a,
They
I guess,
started writing in 28. I don't know if he started shooting.
Well, in
it's in the
Wizard of Oz
20.
came out around what was that 39?
Yeah, that's
So that's a
that's
little
notably
further.
later.
Yeah.
Um, okay, it's right at the end of 28. It's December 27th, but
Okay.
so I'm not wrong, but I'm not right, you know.
But this does feel like
Technically, if you were born in 1990, you were actually born in the 80s because it starts from 81.
yeah, you're right.
Should have been born in 89,
No,
just to
you're
keep it
born in the
clear.
1900s.
Yeah. Oh, that is what the youngs say, though.
I think it's funny. I lean
Yeah,
into it.
that doesn't bother me personally.
Yeah,
I was born in the late 1900s.
it's born in the.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say something.
Hmm?
The like the lack of, I think, like Looney Tunes type, humor, which was, proto Looney Tunes. Like there were a couple of scenes, I think, like where the guy eats a soap sandwich and then he starts speaking bubbles. It was very cartoonish.
Hmm.
But most of it was just like some good old fashioned hobo clown humor. Like he's trying to fall asleep, but he ends up getting impaled in the ass by a statue, and like
That is his
uh,
fault.
yeah, when he steals the rich man's car just to drive down the block to pick up somebody else's short, like that cracked me up. That's some hobo shit right there.
The whole boxing sequence was amazing.
Oh my fucking god, dude, that was uh like Shaw Brothers level of fight choreography and blocking, and for it all being like, basically it was like one long shot for the first round and then another long shot for almost the entire second round, and it was just like, yeah, it was like a
It's
work of art, really.
it's the favorite Chaplin movie of Orson Welles, and
Pro
it's
wrestlers.
oh, it's Orson Welles' favorite movie. Period.
Huh.
Wow.
Um,
And he made my favorite movie.
well, yeah, he was gonna make Citizen Kane exactly 10 years later, or pretty close to 10 years later. But here's an interesting thing right up top of the trivia: Chaplin reshot the scene in which the little tramp buys a flower from the blind flower girl 342 times,
Take that, Kubrick.
as he could not find a
Yeah.
satisfaction. I mean, take that in advance. I mean,
Did she cry like Shelley Duvall?
maybe.
He was screaming
I
at
think she
himself.
retired after this. I was like looking if she was in anything else. I think this was like one of her last things that she did.
Well, it said she was chosen because she could convincingly act blind, which one, I don't know. I didn't really feel convinced that she was actually blind, although she was extremely nearsighted apparently, and they claim that. So maybe that's why I feel like this one's slightly overrated. The illusions broke a little bit.
It's tropey,
I'm
which,
blind to city lights.
it's also kind of interesting that this is pre Hays Code and Modern Times is post Hays Code.
Oh, that,
So do you feel like that affected Modern Times at all?
Let's put a pin in that because we gotta
Okay.
watch it, but
I mean, you've
maybe.
watched it,
Yeah,
or are
like
you
20 years
lying?
ago.
Kidding.
well, there are some scenes in I think in City Lights that, really push the envelope, like he's checking out the statues, titties in
That bit
the
amused me a lot because Japan has a lot of naked lady
Oh
statues.
yeah, I got that note and
And
I got that
like
in my
some of them
notes.
pretty fucking nice, you know what I mean?
yeah, like very detailed. I've seen those Japanese naked statues of anime girls.
City lights,
They're
more
like
like
60
city
inches
headlights.
high.
No, I'm talking about just like in
Like at the
town, just
library.
bronze statues of naked ladies everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah,
Do you need more titties in the library?
I wrote we have lots of titty
Yeah.
statues in Japan. There's my note. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the library has like five right outside of it, the local one here. So
I think he like uses the bathroom at some point. That was.
oh yeah, Mr.
Hmm.
Hayes wouldn't like that.
Whew.
Stanley Kubrick named it as one of his favorite films. There you go.
Okay.
Andrei Tarkovsky cited this as his favorite film. Woody Allen says it's his favorite Chaplin.
Okay. Maybe I have to watch again. But I did just watch it again because I did come in remembering I think I don't
Yeah.
like this one as much, and I don't think I
Yeah.
did, but
That's legitimate. There are several more older good list movies that I think should be higher than this. It just feels so tight. One of Hideo Kojima's favorite films. There you go.
That is an endorsement.
That's surprising because it has so little dialogue.
Got him.
Yeah, if Kojima made this, what would the tramp's name be? It would be like Street Dirtman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would have to watch him just do tramp shit for like 20 hours.
I'm fine
Also,
with that.
the first hour would be like Charlie Chaplin presents a Charlie Chaplin film written by
helicopter
Charlie
comes in.
Chaplin, starring Charlie Chaplin. Charlie
Lloyd
Chaplin
is kind of
Productions.
doing that to a certain extent.
Yeah, he Tyler parried that shit.
Emma Stone's
Even, like,
favorite
the
movie.
score, like all that crazy fucking strings.
So-
I didn't like the score.
I think it's cool that they were allowed to release it with a score, so I didn't have to listen to like a modern orchestra over it. You know what I mean? It's cool to have the original track.
I do
Like, I
remember
like
Modern
that a lot.
Times adds a lot more sound effects and stuff, which is kind of helpful. That way the fact that no one's talking doesn't matter because there's still sound effects, which this just does music for the most part. I mean, maybe it had a couple sound effects, I don't remember, but they synchronize all that.
The most noticeable thing, the boxing match didn't have like any punching sounds.
Right. So the next film we're gonna add that in. Mark, I don't know, you want to take us through the tale of the story of the procedure role?
Okay, here you go. City lights. To the people of the city, we donate this monument. Peace and prosperity. Afternoon. Did you pick it up, sir? Wait for your change, sir. Evening. Grandma. Night. Tomorrow the birds will sing. Be brave. Face life. No, I'll end it all. I'm cured. You're my friend for life. We'll go home and get warmed up. Any news? Only that your wife sent for her baggage, sir. Good. Here's to our friendship. No, I'll live. James, the Rolls Royce will burn up the town. Early morning, homeward bound. Be careful how you're driving. Am I driving? I like your car. Then keep it. It's yours. Where's my friend? Let him in. He's my guest. Let's buy some flowers. Here's $10. I haven't any change, sir. James, take these inside. I'll be right back. Thank you for your kindness, sir. May I see your home again? May I see you home again? Whenever you wish, sir. The sober dawn awakens a different man.
That's my favorite one.
I'm out to everybody. Whoever he is, get rid of him. And then he brought me home in his car. He must be wealthy. Yes, but he's more than that. That afternoon, my friend, come on home, I'll give you a swell party. The party. The morning after. I'm sailing at noon, so hurry. She has a fever and needs careful attention. Determined to help the girl, he found work. Final notice, madam, you are owing $22 rent. Unless paid by tomorrow morning, we shall take possession. Grandma, he's coming today. Grandma, what's wrong? Grandma, I wish you'd meet him. You're never here when he calls. Lunchtime. Have you seen the soap? Be back on time. To play the part of a gentleman without the millionaire was difficult, but he did his best. Vienna doctor has cure for blindness. Thousands journey from all parts of the world. Free operation for poor. Miraculous work of surgeon astounds medical profession. Wonderful that I'll be able to see you. For me? Read it, please. Final notice. Madam, you are owing $22 rent. Unless paid by tomorrow morning, we shall take possession. Now, don't worry. I'll pay at the first thing in the morning. Late. You're late for the last time. Get out. Do you want to make some easy money? That night. Remember, we split 50-50 and you promise you won't hurt me. Be careful, the boss might hear us. Telegram. Eddie Mason, Main Street Arena. Get out of town. The cops are after you. Jim. I've got to beat it, boss. You want to fight for a $50 purse? Winner take all. You'll fight him. That's my lucky rabbit's foot. Let's take it easy and we'll split 50-50. Winner take all. Still hoping to get money for the girl he wandered the city. Back from Europe. Now don't worry about the girl. I'll take care of her. Will $1,000 be enough? Police, help. He's been robbed. Search that man. Where did you get this money? Tell him you gave me that money. Who is this man? This is for the rent, and this is for your eyes. I must be going. How can I ever thank you? You're not going away for a while, but you're coming back. Autumn. I'd like to order some flowers. Why, what's the matter, child? Nothing, only I thought he had returned. I've made a conquest. You? You can see now? Yes, I can see now. The end.
The end. There's more dialogue in that than I thought, because I was like, crap, he's only on this part of the movie as you were going through that.
Yeah.
And
I
also,
thought it was the same.
and also, I think had all the newspaper headlines and stuff. But
Yeah, and the notice.
I thought what you were going to do was pantomime, and we were going to guess what you were doing at that moment.
no, I thought that would probably be more annoying and less interesting. So
Could have made a good
so I
TikTok
did
out of it.
Turns into charades, people like charades, people like that, right?
He barely spoke during the whole movie. He had like maybe 3 lines.
I mean, that's. I think that's for the best. If everybody talks a whole lot in movies like this, it kind of doesn't work.
Yeah, that was Buster Keaton's problem.
Do you feel like Buster Keaton talked a lot in his movies?
A little too much.
Well, he went to the talkies, right? That's what killed his career. Kind of. I mean, it wasn't even like he didn't. It just the vibe was different, right? It didn't work. It isn't always like this actor once they started speaking sounding insane. That's not necessarily the problem. It's just the vibe changes, you know?
Well,
Not everyone is singing in the rain.
Yeah.
yeah, Buster
Yeah.
Keaton, he played more of an everyday guy. Like, you know, he would have a job or he would have a family or he would have goals or whatever. But like in City Lights, it's like Charlie Chaplin. He don't give a fuck.
A modern,
He doesn't even need to talk. He's just doing his thing.
well, modern. I mean, there's a lot of The Great Dictator. He doesn't really talk, or there's some parts of it.
Well, we were saying they were giant, like the whole opening segment of that was mostly like silent stuff. I mean, with a soundtrack, but you know, like silent. And then, of course, the famous ball globe thing, which was shorter than we thought actually wasn't. But that yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Great Dictator that would have been set pieces in the silent movies.
Well, and also in Great Dictator, since he basically assumes the identity of somebody else and gets to give a big speech at the end, it's almost like the point is that I can, like, you don't know who I am until I start talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Next movie he sings. He gets to sing a song in the next one. So
Oh, is he the same character in the modern times?
yes and no. I mean, is he
Okay.
the same character in all of these Chaplin movies? You know?
It's like James
It's like
Bond.
Mickey
where
Mouse
it's-
or Mario was the ones I was going to go with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
where they're
Yeah,
kind of
it's
just actors in a troupe more than they are.
He kind of
Same
like
characters.
he created his own persona, which informed his characters. But I guess the Little Tramp was like, yeah, like a carryover, not exactly the same person, but just the same type of person.
Like, but to get to what you were saying earlier, yeah, I think Keaton would tweak his personas a lot more. Like, you know, the persona in Sherlock Jr. is clearly different than the one in the General. You know, even though there's like 80% the same, but the 20% is different. Whereas in the Chaplin, it's like maybe 5% has changed, or maybe it's the same character basically.
Oh crap! There's a lot of films from 1914 that feature the Tramp. I mean,
It was
there are
Yeah, those were like
36.
they're like
or Adam
very
Sandler.
short films, right?
One reel, which I think one reel means like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that.
Those were shorties.
For the Nickelodeon.
I almost wonder if like when City Lights of Modern Times came out, if people would have like viewed them in like an old timey legacy sequel sort of way, because they're like, oh, this is that guy from like 15, 20 years ago, right? Like it would seem
Yeah.
kind of old hat.
Make cinema great again.
Well,
Silent.
some of the reviews I was looking at on the wiki were like, "Oh, not since I reviewed his early two reel films back in the day has Chaplin shown such da 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 da."
Yeah. Oh, you're reading old timey reviews. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Well,
I was reading the Wikipedia page. It's not like
Yeah.
I was digging up. It's not like I was in the library going through the microfilms. Like,
Stacks of
so-
rotting wet newspaper.
Yeah, they even list The Great Dictator is considered possibly a tramp film, even though it says Chaplin does not consider it a tramp film. But The Circus and The Gold Rush were 28 and 25, both considered tramp films, and they are 72 minutes, 95 minutes, depending on how fast you run it for The Gold Rush. So those are pretty much features.
That's one of the benefits of silent films too, is that you can watch it like super fast and just get it over with.
That's the spirit. I did also watch on a lot of it on like 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
I've said this recently a lot on podcasts. I don't feel like I feel like whenever I do that, I hate the film I'm watching and I have no idea why. So I just never
Well,
do it.
I've also, the good thing about silent films, I've had it just playing most of the time we've been talking.
Okay. Well, here's an interesting one. The Circus and The Gold Rush are both 8.1. Like those are pretty close to even being on the good list.
No, the
at the
Gold
bottom.
Rush is always like kind of thrown in with these 30s ones as being like kind of his high water mark, I think.
I think it's wild that I think it's wild that people appreciate these. You know, I'm not saying I don't appreciate them. I do. I feel like this is one of those things that like Zoomers would complain about.
I think there's a lot to appreciate, especially when you can like sort of see it as, you know, it's like a slapstick cartoon. It's like a series of jokes and sketches, like I don't know, like Airplane, basically. Like the plot is just in service of the jokes that they could come up with.
Well, it's like Alex, you weren't here for A Great Dictator, but I think Matt and I both sort of thought liked Marx Brothers better. I think.
Sure.
Oh
And
yeah,
Luke wasn't
easily.
like that. Duck Soup is at 7.7. I'm sure the songs heard it.
Well, the Marx Brothers movies are janky, right? They're on
Yeah.
a cinema level. They have issues. What's Animal Crackers? That's basically just a stage play that's filmed. So of course it doesn't have too many, you know. But yeah, like there's problems with Marx Brothers. But as far as just comedy and enjoyment of watching them, like City Lights is made 80 times better than Duck Soup, but Duck Soup's 80 times more fun for me.
Animal Crackers 7.4.
Okay, so
Coconuts 6.8, Monkey Business 7.4, Horse Feathers 7.5, Duck Soup 7.7, Night at the Opera 7.8. All these are like several notches off the good list.
See,
So
see,
it's
and all of them are
interesting.
like they're very good, but they all have cinematic issues, and you do have to sit
Mhm.
through Harpo playing the harp for 5 minutes sometimes.
Yeah, City
Yeah.
Lights was like, it was very watchable, it was very pleasant, it looked nice. I just didn't laugh.
Yeah, it's kind of a whiff for me. Like I definitely
Like there were
prefer
a
every
couple where I
other
was like,
Chaplin
oh, I can
film.
see where you were going with this, but it just didn't quite. Like the stuff in the car was funny. The boxing match where he's like putting the ref in between them and then basically doing wrestling spears off the rope was great, but
Yeah,
none of it.
Yeah.
The millionaire pouring scotch down his pants. That's fun, even
It's
though it's
Yeah.
contextually nonsensical.
I thought that was champagne.
I was
so
champagne.
is it do you guys think this is this high on the good list because it's like Orson Welles' favorite film and Tarkovsky's favorite film and
Probably.
like because it's so lauded that it's like people feel like they have to check it out and
That
have
might
to be nice to it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a weird position, and I don't feel like that's. I mean, I don't know. You
Like
think
I
it's
certainly
payola?
don't feel compelled to say anything particularly bad about it. There are no like major problems here.
No, I mean it's so
It's
tight,
very yeah, the craftsmanship is amazing, but yeah, it doesn't resonate for me.
but like the blind lady is hot
She
and
is really hot.
yeah, but not as hot as the love interest in The Great Dictator, who is I think his wife,
Yeah, and she
ex-wife.
she's in the next movie too, so maybe that's another plus for modern
Mhm.
times.
Yeah, but it's a
Yeah,
weird one
as you
because
were reeling off like all these different people who said it's their favorite film, the further you went down the list was like at a certain point, are they just saying it because that's what you say when you're trying to be legit in Hollywood?
and
Ooh, I like City
and not
Lights.
only that, but Charlie Chaplin like ran United Artists until he was, blacklisted from
Oh,
the entire country.
that is a
So
very good point.
that could have something to do with it. But like, man, I love I don't know. I love Christopher Nolan or where James Gunn running DC now. Like, oh, man, James Gunn. I actually do love James Gunn, but I
Yeah.
can imagine somebody like pretending they love his movies just so they get a job.
Yep.
You know?
I had to consult my 1990 edition of Roger Ebert's video review guide for the review of City Lights, and it's his favorite Charlie Chaplin movie as well. And he had some interesting insights on it, but I forget them.
Ah,
Well, we could
two
just.
thumbs up his ass.
His face collapsed, man. Give him a break.
That was some of those pictures where I'm like, did you have to photograph him with his face hanging off of his face?
Maybe another issue here is what do they call him? The eccentric millionaire who is just kind of derpy, and we're all like up against the wall
No,
with
you
that
don't
guy.
get it, man. That was like a metaphor for the way the rich help the poor when it suits them, but forget them when it's no longer convenient.
I don't think he
It's
was
a
a very good
class
actor.
message, man. Idiot.
He looked like
You're
it
a
looked like he
fucking
was
moron,
about
Matt.
60 seconds
You're a piece
from
of shit, and I
choking
hate
to
you.
death on his own vomit.
I have the Ebert review.
Can
It's
I read
it's
it in his voice?
they're gonna do the recording voice.
When he made it 3 years into the era of sound, Chaplin must have known that City Lights might be his last silent film. He considered making a talkie, but decided against it, and although the film has a full musical score composed by Chaplin and sound effects, it has no speech. Audiences at the time would have appreciated his opening in-joke. The film begins with political speeches, but what emerges from the mouths of the speakers are unintelligible squawks, Chaplin's dig at dialogue. When he made Modern Times 5 years later, Chaplin allowed speech onto the soundtrack, but once again, the tramp remained silent except for some gibberish.
I love when people use a bunch of $500 million words to describe how dialogue is bad.
Oh, I have a very
That's how you get a job at the Chicago Times-Tribune or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is like brilliant to do a silent film where the guy doesn't talk much. Like I said that earlier. And you know, he just wanted to make the best silent film, and the way to make the best silent film is to do it after everybody else stopped doing it. Like he got the last word, so to speak.
Is this a good time for me to drop my bombshell crazy theory on this movie?
Okay.
Charlie Chaplin is a ghost.
Wait, he's a ghost now?
I mean,
You mean
no,
within the context of this film?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because this is the thing. The flower girl never sees him until the very end. Spoiler alert.
Maybe she doesn't.
Maybe
Her
she
mother,
died during surgery.
her mother, maybe.
Yeah, there's
Maybe,
no
and then
such
they're
thing.
ghosts together. Oh my God, you've sealed it.
Yes. Okay.
So, okay, and her mom never sees him because he always calls she's always away when he calls, right? The rich, eccentric millionaire only sees him or recognizes him when he's drunk. And, drunk
And
people...
when he's suicidal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's an angel.
He comes to him when he's about to kill himself. And then he takes the fall. He gets thrown into the water instead with the rock around his neck. And everybody that sees him at the very beginning is just like, what are we looking at right now?
He's a blotch.
This dude with a sword up his ass.
I've listed him as Santa Claus myself. But I guess Santa Claus is a little bit like a ghost.
I think Santa Claus has money, though.
Yours makes more sense too than Santa Claus.
I think
one
rather
more
than
thing.
being, I don't necessarily believe that he is a ghost, but you're sort of, through this theory, making a very valid criticism of how the protagonist doesn't really exist within this world. Everyone else has a place, and he's just like a thing that comes through.
He's just a wanderer.
It's like Tom Cruise.
He takes what he can get,
It's like Tom Cruise is always just like
Running.
this magical being who comes running and then then saves the entire world
You don't
by
understand, Mr. President. Ethan Hunt is the embodiment of destiny. He could do anything. He has the biggest dick I've ever seen. It's throbbing. He can get erect in 1 second straight immediately after coming.
and he says, "Should you choose to accept my dick every time?" And it's kind of weird.
And he's also like, respect the cock.
Only in the bedroom, though.
No, Mr. President. Ethan Hunt is he's at
This-
least 6 foot tall.
This cum will
Especially if you put a box under him.
yeah.
How tall is Charlie Chaplin, by the way? Because he seemed short as fuck, but then
I
there
think
was
he's
that one
tall.
guy-
I think he
was
deliberately
like-
hires like big ass dudes to look intimidating, though.
Okay. I was wondering about that because I was like, I thought he was short for the whole movie, and then you see that one guy in the scene in the locker room before the boxing match, and you're like, he looks like Gollum. He looks like one of the motherfuckers from like The Descent. Like he's a very small, very white dude.
Oh, he's not
5'4"?
that tall. 165, yeah, shorter than me.
Ah,
Yeah. So yeah, that's short even for 19 whatever year, 31.
did he invent?
He's 6 feet
Shortness.
now under the ground.
Yep. He's negative 6 feet tall now.
Oh snap!
Well,
Finally made it.
I know I'm about to just express surprise at the concept of aging, which is done. But damn, he looks old as shit in that photo of him when he was old.
it's funny because in Great Dictator he was like 40 something, which he seemed to be aging really well at that point. Maybe just
Yeah.
getting kicked out of America aged him a whole lot.
He died at 88, so
Okay.
Maybe it
You
was
could get-
all those 18-year-old girls he kept marrying made him age faster, which is probably deserved.
So also-
Hollywood Babylon.
is the
Madhouse.
moustache drawn on?
Yeah.
Because that makes it look even more like. Because I know it came first. But when it's drawn on, he looks even more like he's just dressing as Hitler.
Not aged well.
When I was gonna do a straight ahead summary for this, I was gonna say, like, they revealed the new statue at the town. Oh no, it's Adolf Hitler. I you know, came
Yeah.
up with better gimmick, but
That was one part that made me laugh a lot too. Was when he had the sword up his ass, so he couldn't put his feet on the ground.
And then he tried to like stand up to the national anthem.
yeah, that was
Now that you
Good
mention
fun.
it, the funniest gag is the opening gag.
It really is.
That whole statue segment was pretty good, and then nothing else came close.
I guess
The car was
and
funny.
the boxing.
Oh,
I feel like the
driving?
boxing
the
was
boxing way up.
the boxing was
Saturday,
pretty
yeah.
good. It's so hard to talk about these things because it's like there's this bit and that bit and this bit, and when you get past that, there isn't much. If it wasn't for that,
I'm going to do podcasting on hard mode. I'm going to start a podcast where we just describe Looney Tunes cartoons.
Ooh.
I mean,
And then
yeah, dude,
Oh.
do one podcast a day for a 6-minute cartoon.
I could do a whole 20-minute spiel on Hassan Chop.
Hassan Shop is probably racist, but we don't have to get into that
That
now.
was going to be part of my spiel.
Yeah,
The whole theme of my spiel.
but imagine you'll probably have a lot of racism to talk about if you go through all of this.
I'll get Mercy in for the Speedy Gonzalez episodes.
Isn't it like everybody in Mexico loves Speedy Gonzalez?
Everything that Americans think Mexicans find racist, they actually love.
Well, I mean, Speedy Gonzalez he's one of the only, like, almost every Looney Tunes character is kind of a dick, and Speedy Gonzalez is like one of the few, like, spotless, wonderful, friendly, like, genuinely good characters they've ever done.
I wonder how the French feel about Pepe Le Pew.
Like, even a Roadrunner.
Gonzalez fucking
Yeah.
destroys capitalism.
Even
That's
the Roadrunner is shittier than Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
The French hate Pepe Le Pew, but not because it's racist, because it's too accurate.
Because he's a rapist.
no, yeah, he's a sexual predator.
Yeah, even when I was a kid in like the 80s, I was like, I don't like watching this, and I don't know why.
Just to tie back in this movie, that I have several notes where I'm like, The
I
tramp is
think
very
Looney Tunes is
stalky
not
in
too far
here.
removed from this. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah. No, but
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
but
direct
he
descendant.
is sneaking into a blind lady's house.
yeah, that's
I
where the ghost theory kind of sounds good because you're like, okay, now he's just a ghost wandering, and that's a little.
Yeah.
I mean, I have this theory. I have a theory that the reason the number one reason that stuff like this in the Marx Brothers has aged so well is because like cutting corners meant that cheap ass cartoons came out through the 70s and 80s and some of the 90s, but like Looney Tunes just kept persisting because they were actually good. And it was
Hmm.
like the last time, like Disney and Looney Tunes were the kind of the only time that money was put into
Well,
cartoons until anime came.
But
the
the
same
thing
thing's
about
happening now with films where like sci-fi and action movies from like the 90s and 2000s look so good
Yeah.
because no one's putting that effort in anymore.
have you watched
Yeah.
Wishmaster lately?
Not late. Wait, is that the one with the butt worms in it?
Yeah.
Butt worms.
It's got,
And
I'm not
genies.
kidding. There's butt worms.
There's genies and buttworms.
And the magical
Oh yeah.
mentally handicapped alien who helps
We'll do a
everyone.
double feature of that and
that
Shazam.
that was Dreamcatcher.
Oh,
Oh,
Kazam,
sorry. Dreamcatcher. That's
there are
different.
buttworms in Wishmaster.
Oh, okay. Of course.
But I just watched Dreamcatcher.
The Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast. I
No,
remember the
Dreamcaster
Dreamcast.
is me
Yeah,
playing video
I was
games
just
and-
playing. Oh, you beat me to it,
It was Seaman, and he had some very
Yeah.
disturbing things to say.
I can't remember. Oh no, the point I was trying to make is that like everyone, like Looney Tunes artificially lasted for like 100 years because there was nothing better for
Mhm.
people to watch. So, and I even saw, even recently, I saw something that was like a TikTok where it said Kendrick Lamar sounds like this, and it was that Bugs Bunny thing where he's going, and it's like, yes, I get this reference, and it's probably so many references in Looney Tunes were like weird, random
Oh.
movies from the
Yeah.
Like-
30s.
Society thinks rabbits like carrots because Bugs Bunny did a film reference.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what is it? Nimrod was actually a smart person, but Bugs
It
Bunny
was,
using
it
it
was a
ironically
god of
changed the meaning.
hunting, and he was using it to make
Yes.
fun of the hunter. Yeah, because my dad
Yeah.
worked on an airplane called the Nimrod, and he was surprised when I was like, "Does that mean like idiot?"
It's amazing. It's
That was
amazing.
the last good Green Day album, incidentally.
Probably.
Don't want to be an American Nimrod.
I am an American Nimrod. If you say it with
The one
confidence, it's
written
good.
Entirely on meth, like they were some kind of fucking pop punk Husker Du.
They there's a Green Day flavored Slurpee now, and it's like
Blue.
sour grape, but
I think
green.
American Nimrods are flattening hospitals as we speak.
Yeah.
Getting back to the movie, film, Filth. I can't disagree with Kubrick and Tarkovsky. It's a film.
It's
does-
definitely
not-
a film.
sure.
It's almost like not filthy enough not to like steal Luke's line that he uses sometimes, but you know, it's
It's a film. I think it's like as well as obviously the idea like oh maybe everyone's just saying it because it's what you say. It is a film that you can't help but appreciate the craft.
Yeah.
And if you're someone who can just it's like in video games, sometimes you talk about seeing the wireframe where it's like you're just wow, I can see how this was put together and it's impressive. This is like oh, okay, I can see how they made this and it's really the acting is on point. It's tight. It looks great. They filmed it in 1928. But
yeah.
now I'm a dude in 2025 sitting in his underpants watching a film to laugh, and it didn't make me laugh. So like,
It feels, I mean, a good metaphor would be like if Nintendo was coasting.
yeah,
Like, you know, Nintendo does not like make sloppy work, and this is like
it's like one of those
not-
sort of Wii U era Paper Mario games where it's like, yeah, sure, every part of it is put together fine, just doesn't do
Like-
it for you.
like the Paper Mario games that don't have enough jokes in them. There are a couple
Yeah.
of those.
Hey Mark, if you want to look for a least helpful review, there's only one
There's only
star,
one.
so-
I've got it right
Oh,
here.
boy.
Okay, you
That
want to
can
read
be
it or
only
should I read
one.
it?
Oh, wow.
This is a review written by www-vitaphone-org in 2003. Film of a conservative who is stuck in the past. This is a film of a conservative man who is stuck in the past. Every one of those words is capitalized. Unlike Harold Lloyd, who was open-minded and progressive and who eagerly produced his first talkie in 1929, Chaplin continued to live in his fantasy world of the past and released a silent film in 1931, which could have been made in 1890. The synchronized score could well have been replaced with a violin playing Hearts and Flowers because the story is as interesting as a revival of Uncle Tom's Cabin. I give this a 1. Don't bother watching this film. Read a good book instead. 16 out of 162 found that helpful.
Is that also the least helpful?
That's the only one. It's the only 1-star review.
No, I know it's only 1 star, but is it the least helpful out of all the reviews?
Out of all reviews?
Oh,
Is there
I
a
thought
way
that's
is there a way to sort by that?
Yes.
Oh,
It's going to take forever because it has to load all of them,
Are
but
they
Right.
Oh, okay.
implying that
I'm working
Uncle
on it.
Tom's Cabin is not a good book?
maybe.
It's not one they really want to be. Well, I don't know. There's certain books that's like, do I want people to even see me like reading it? You know?
Yeah, they're like seeing like you're trying to figure out how to do some kind of.
I guess on an iPad you can do whatever you want, but
I mean, in a historical lens,
Oh my
It's-
God!
I don't know. The
All right.
book itself, it's a good book, right? But
See, I don't think the rating system works because the one that says least helpful is like one out of one people found it helpful. So it's like
it's just whichever got the least helpful is not percentage-wise.
okay.
it's
I
not
guess you're-
percentage wise. Yeah.
Okay.
it's the
So I
least
thought that's how you were
upvotes.
doing these searches in the past.
No,
so-
no, he's
Well,
just
I
using-
was, but that works better, I think, when you have like
More.
only the people who disagree with the list.
Right.
It's like the least helpful one, quote unquote, least helpful is a glowing review that's like 5 paragraphs long and looks
Hmm.
pretty boring.
that doesn't sound helpful at all.
Yeah, and there's a lot of unhelpful. I mean, it almost is. I almost agree. It's like it is unhelpful to take this movie and say a bunch of nice things about it. You know what I mean? Like if you say something that's like you break it apart a little bit, like try to find a meaning in it, then that's helpful.
Hmm.
But
I think the most
Okay.
helpful thing you can remember about this movie is that it takes place during the Depression.
pathos or bathos. I don't
What is bathos?
I don't see how oh, this isn't telling me how many stars the review has. Like that's useless.
Okay.
Um
Anyway, the point is, you can probably abandon that search because we've read the 1-star review, which is the main thing to do.
This review basically is like Chaplin is kind of an asshole for pretending to be a poor person when he was extremely powerful and rich.
Okay.
Legitimate.
It's kind of
But
legitimate.
he also did grow up poor, though. It's not like he doesn't have the.
Mocking-
Yeah.
And actors be acting, right?
I feel like
is not really a space cowboy.
there is cognitive dissonance for me that he like played a poor lovable scamp but also made the blind girl do like 432 takes or whatever it is. Like that's the
Nearsighted girl. The nearsighted girl did all the takes.
342.
He was very manipulative.
well, yeah, I mean you have to, right? You
Yeah,
got
I
to
guess that's how you
survive.
direct and produce and write.
Like you gotta hate on somebody for like pickpocketing the guy who passed out drunk in front of him.
No, I just don't think it's very cool to like make
Of
fun
the
of
dark.
poor people during the Depression.
No, I mean it's not cool to. Yeah, it's.
Although
I don't-
the
I don't-
jokes are like spot the fuck on.
I don't feel like this. I don't feel like he's being mean to poor people in this. If anything, it's like the poor person is a magical poor person, right? Like, kind of. I mean,
It
he
can also be
manages to.
harmful, but yeah.
I mean, granted, he takes advantage of technology that will give a blind woman sight and a millionaire who he gets money from.
From Vienna, from Austria.
Like, it's
Come
like
on.
it's like he couldn't have healed her sight by himself, but still.
What do you think an Austrian scientist was doing in the 30s?
Do you think this is like not only is he a ghost, but he basically sent her to like Nazi Germany and she never came out?
Yeah, because they would do that to blind people, right?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not in 1931.
No,
A
but
few years early for that.
But they could have. I don't know. I
Why
don't want to like slander them and say that they wouldn't have murdered somebody.
not?
It's not.
Maybe the Weimar Republic was worse than you thought.
I think it was. I
It
think it
probably
was.
I think they were just a bunch of spineless liberals.
Well, I don't know. Our spineless liberals,
Suck.
well, they didn't kill any blind people as far as I'm aware of, but they probably did. They
No,
probably
they
took their
would-
health care.
It
So
would be like, yeah, as long as you let us do our communist liberal shit. I don't know. I wish liberals were communists, man. That would make such a difference.
but then they wouldn't be liberals anymore.
No, I suppose not.
Why even put a label on yourself, man?
Exactly. Labels are for products.
I guess we
I
should start
wish-
wrapping this one up then. Any
I stopped
final
listening to you
thumps?
guys so long ago.
Any
You
final
got-
thumps you want to thought?
I think I got it all out
feel
my
like
system.
I feel like I've said everything. Again, it's hard to talk about good list movies that aren't like extremely like out of the box.
Yeah.
And this is a very in the box kind of a movie,
They gotta do a
which we're going to
setup.
probably see more and more in the box movies as we go up the list.
Mm.
Like the top one is very in the box, so to speak.
In the
Yeah,
prison.
I think that the good list is going to get less interesting, and the bad list is going to get more interesting as we go.
That's possible. I've honestly gotten a lot more joy out of the bad list, if only because I'm finding all these things that I never would have watched and
Mhm.
getting more genuine surprises. There have been surprises from the good list and the stuff from the good list that I like revisiting, but like
I mean, that's why there's several good lists and bad lists too. But I'm just like, not gonna watch it till we get to it because why would I?
yeah, I mean, of course there's suffering in the bad list too, but
So if anyone's like, why haven't you watched Parasite yet? That's why I haven't watched Parasite or Whiplash yet because we're
You
gonna
haven't?
watch them.
What?
Mhm.
well,
Oh my God, Whiplash.
Parasite, well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Parasite is very good, but it's like not. It's
It's in the
far
box.
from the wildest. I mean, no, it is one of the safer Bong Joon-ho
No,
films.
Snowpiercer.
Mm.
I liked Snowpiercer way better.
Me too. But it's like
I
it's.
still like the host the best because Pig Monster.
I mean, host is so good. But that's one of those where it was sort of at the tail end of rent a movie and watch it with all your friends era. So I think Alex, you were probably there for
We
that.
did, yeah, we did
But
that exact thing.
it's like The Shape of Water, I think, is the highest rated Guillermo del Toro movie, and it's like you aside from the monster fucking, it's like you can't really argue that it's not like his safest film,
hmm
right?
Nightmare
So,
Alley, best Guillermo.
Oh, I love Nightmare Alley, dude. Okay, Nightmare Alley is kind of safe, but also very, very good.
That's his best
Let's
Well-
one. Pan's Labyrinth. Okay, actually.
I mean, Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll wrap up here. Alex, you want to plug anything today? Plug in.
No, I would really like to remain anonymous other than this rare
Okay, so the
appearance.
plug is don't
We could-
bother you.
So we'll take your last
Leave
name
me
off of.
alone. No, actually, I did have a funny thing. Is that I started a huge internet fight.
You're to-
Just by saying that no wars have ever been fought over religion.
Hmm.
Mm.
Well, I mean, yeah, wars are generally fought over land, aren't they?
Yeah, land, resources, population, whatever.
So if you're listening to this, then go fight a war over land.
Fight me, motherfucker.
No, don't. Actually.
No,
Or come
okay.
fight us. We're over at Podcastio Podcastius. Give Films and Filth a review of some kind, a filmy review or a filthy review. Time Enough Podcast. Luke's out. What else? is
Don't
there?
give
We
us a
still have
filthy review,
Pokemon.
please.
Oh, don't give us a filthy review. Do what Mark said. Not what I
Review my
intimated.
personal-
Review Alex's internet comment about the war.
How filthy I am.
Review that.
Okay, lights out.
Bye.